Deneen Shoemaker with your 420 Minute. How much attention do you pay to the thoughts that go on in your head? I ask because if you're anything like me, I kind of have this non-stop narrative going on in my head. It's like it never shuts up. It's, or at least it used to never shut up. And I don't know if that happens for you, but if it does, you may want to tune in this week because I've learned a couple interesting things that I want to talk about. I'm going to just quickly take care of some business. If I don't know what's going on with my throat. I really think it's allergies. If anything that you hear in this video today has been helpful, go ahead and share it. Like all of those things with anyone that you think could benefit. So thoughts in our minds. I'm not really sure what started me on this path to learning. That's kind of a joke because it's been a lifelong path for me. It's one of the things that I enjoy probably the most is just reading and learning and investigating things. But not too long ago, I realized just how that narrative affected the way that I felt. It affected the way that I looked at things. And so I don't know if you ever worship at the altar of Oprah, but I try not to. But she has some really interesting things. And one of them is that Super Soul Sunday. And a couple of years ago, actually, but I just watched it again, and it made sense to me in a way that it didn't when I originally saw it. But on one of her Super Soul Sundays, she has this guy named Michael Singer on. And so what they were talking about were these thoughts that go on in our head, this line, this constant narrative. And he talked about how those thoughts are not us. And I thought that was interesting because so many times we hear that, what you think on, you become, right? But what he talked about was how that's really our psyche, but it's not our soul. And that, and then Oprah added that Eckhart Tolle had said that the awareness of the thoughts, right, the voice, the awareness of those going on is where consciousness resides. And that is who we really are. That consciousness, right? So then Michael Singer said, yes, I agree with that. He believes that the most important thing for us to understand is that we are spiritual beings, which of course, I believe that. But he said something interesting. He said, when we realize that the one who's watching all the thoughts, right? The one who's watching all of that is the gateway to spirituality. And I got thinking about that. In the book that I'm still writing and getting ever closer to finishing, I talk about a near-death experience and how I'm left with only my thoughts, and how I kind of equated that after that experience with Jesus talking about outer darkness, and there would be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So Singer, this gentleman that she had on Super Soul Sunday, was saying that, you know, things are going to happen, but how we react to it, does that really change anything? Sometimes for the worse, no doubt. But can we give ourselves some space from those thoughts or from whatever it is that's going on? Kind of lean out of it, if you will, and let the situation pass. In the past, no, I've not been able to do that. I've reacted and escalated the situation, made things much worse. But this is what Singer said. If you continue to get involved with the thoughts of the mind, true spirituality does not and cannot take place. So this week, what I'm concentrating on is recognizing that I'm the person observing these thoughts, but they're not me, thank God, because some of those thoughts are awful. They're not me. And if I can lean out of those and let them pass without reacting, that space, that consciousness, that spirituality, it's where God resides. He's in all of us if we allow that space to happen. But if we hold on to those thoughts, I think that might be the outer darkness that Jesus is talking about eventually. And maybe even here on earth. I don't know, some deep things to think about this week. So, hope this has been helpful. Hope you can lean out of those thoughts and let them pass. I wish you grace and peace in your life. And I want you to get out there and live your best life now. Because this ain't no dress rehearsal.